This week marks 18 years since Chris Jericho made his surprise WWE debut, one of the all-time great WWE moments. To celebrate, Sun Sports counts down the 12 greatest ever superstar debuts. Brock Lesnar exploded onto the WWE scene as a dominant force. The Beast has only grown in shape and reputation and is the current champ. Not pick your fantasy football team yet. What are you waiting for? Brock Lesnar. Raw, March 18, 2002. The Future Beast made his debut the night after WrestleMania X8, jumping the barricade and annihilating Al Snow, Maven and Spike Dudley. With Paul Heyman at his side, the 24-year-old next big thing looked like an absolute monster, an aura HES maintained to this day. Page. Raw, April 7, 2014. Though her relationship with WWE is uncertain at the moment, the company had high hopes for the British superstar in 2014. It's little wonder, Paige had already revolutionized women's wrestling over on NXT and was about to lay the groundwork for the women's evolution on the main roster. She debuted on the Raw after Mania, famous for its big surprises and debuts, and defeated AJ Lee to become dual NXT and Divas champion. John Cena, SmackDown, June 27, 2002. A landmark moment in WWE's ruthless aggression era, Cena answered an open challenge from Kurt Angle and hit the Olympic champ with a thunderous slap. Though Angle got the victory, it was a star-making moment for Cena, putting him on track to becoming the biggest name of his generation. John Cena made huge waves on his WWE debut and continues to do so today. Ric Flair in critical condition as fiancé reveals WWE star dealing with multiple organ problems. WWE star Alexa Bliss dragged into Paige sex tape leaks after naked snaps emerge online. WWE legend Shawn Michaels reveals his heartache after Ric Flair hospitalized with heart problems after WWE star Paige's naked pictures were leaked. Here are 7 other sex tape scandals in wrestling. Undertaker told to return to WWE and avenge Roman Reigns by his girl. WWE leaked sex tape saga hots up as more raunchy videos and pics of ex-champ Paige are shared online. The Nexus. Raw, June 7, 2010. Back when NXT was a reality TV style contest, the entire class of new recruits, led by Wade Barrett, invaded Raw to destroy the set and to the delight of fans. John Cena. Considering most ended up on jobber duty, it doesn't seem that significant now, but it was the freshest thing to happen on Raw in years at the time. Notable for Nexus member Daniel Bryan getting fired for going UNPG when he choked the ring announcer with his tie. Earthquake. Superstars, October 2, 1989. Jimmy Hart claims to pick a random fan from the crowd to sit on Dino Bravo's back as he does push-up to prove how strong he is. After picking out a smiling 400-pounder dubbed Big John, Bravo manages 5 push-ups, but when Ultimate Warrior attempts it, John crushes him Earthquake style. A swerve turn before swerve turns were even a thing. Earthquake was a huge WWE star despite never looking like an athlete. Goldberg. Raw, March 31, 2003. After the week invasion story, filled mostly with nobody mid-carders from WCW, there was only one man from the rival promotion wanted to see in WWE. Goldberg arrived the night after WrestleMania 19, making a huge statement by spearing The Rock. Unfortunately, it took another 13 years for Goldberg to have a decent run in WWE. Taz. Royal Rumble, January 23, 2000. Another one involving Kurt Angle, but this time when Angle was in his rookie year and still undefeated. Former ECW champion Taz was Angle's mystery opponent, and stormed to the ring to a huge pop from the Madison Square Garden crowd. He choked out Angle in just 3 minutes, which would prove to be the highlight of his in-ring career with WWE. Undertaker. The surprise mystery partner of Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Team, Undertaker strode out with then-manager Brother Love. In his all-black garb and deathly appearance, he was unlike any monster heel WWE fans had seen before, and hit Coco Beware with a tombstone almost immediately. Though not necessarily an earth-shattering performance, Taker was counted out after 9 minutes. It's an important moment in WWE's most legendary career. Radicals. Raw 31, January 2000. This has been largely cast aside due to the events of the Benoit tragedy, but at the time was a huge event in the WWE v WCW ratings war. After walking out of the declining WCW, the Radicals, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn, wasted no time in joining WWE. Appearing at ringside, they leapt over the barricade to beat down the New Age Outlaws and prove themselves the hottest free agents in wrestling. Kevin Owens Raw, May 18, 2015. There was a time when Kevin Owens making it to WWE seemed unlikely, and the idea of him laying out the near invincible John Cena in his debut was simply unthinkable. But that's exactly what happened when then NXT champ, gatecrashed Cena's US title open challenge, mirroring Cena's debut 12 years earlier. Best of all was Co's refusal to accept Cena's veteran's advice. Owens has actually been wrestling for longer than stamping on Cena's US Championship. Chris Jericho Raw, August 9, 1999. Jericho had got over huge in WCW with his hilarious promos and heel work. Who can forget his Man of 1004 holds routine? So having WCW's top talker debut by interrupt WWE's own microphone master The Rock, following weeks of the Y2J Millennium Countdown, was a stroke of genius. Jericho's name flashing on the Titantron is still one of WWE's all-time ever pops, and the moment that all debuts and returns since have tried to replicate. Kane Bad Blood, October 5, 1997. After months of speculation, Taker's not-so-little bro arrived in the closing seconds of the first Hell in a Cell, one of the greatest matches in WWE history. Kane tore the door off the cell and tombstoned the deadman, revenge from Taker, burning him as a child and leaving him supposedly hideously scarred. It was an epic moment that developed the stories of each man in the ring, Taker, Kane, and Shawn Michaels, and started an incredible monster push for the Big Red Machine. 10 game-changing WWE moves including Stone Cold and HHH. Have you signed up to play fantasy football yet? If the answer is no, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. Because the Dream Team game, the UK's biggest fantasy football game, is back and better than ever this season. You've got a £50 million budget to pick 11 players, with all the biggest new signings ready and raring to go ahead of a mouth-watering new Premier League campaign. So what are you waiting for? Sign up to play now.